You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion, delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots, you know the actions you can take. How your family or business can benefit in current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we're celebrating the boy, I'm almost celebrated out. I celebrated all day yesterday. Liberation Day. Independence Day, Liberation Day. Yeah, and we had a federal holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day as well. Did that get overshadowed a little bit yesterday? Seemed like, a lot of things that I saw going on. You started, of course, we're on the West Coast. We record in Southern California. Obviously, if you're listening to us live or are recording on ABC News and Talk, we're in Southern California. So the festivities started early. I think I was able to, I'm an early starter anyway. So I was out at the beach walking by about 5 a.m. California time. And I think some of the festivities had already started in Washington before then. But by the time 6:30 or so I got back here, man, it was full force. And it didn't stop all day long. You watched, and I don't know what your favorite part was. Mine, maybe it's just because, Josh, put that as a question today. What was your favorite part of the inauguration yesterday? I thought the performance by Carrie Underwood, right? When you have, doing a radio show every morning or most every morning, we end up seeing, we're ready for everything, right? I shouldn't say we. Josh is ready for everything. I kind of sit here and it's kind of like, well, I'm not nearly the star Carrie Underwood is, but I just sat there waiting patiently to try and hear if the music would come on. Sometimes I'm the same way, right? You just sit here and let Josh try and figure out what's going on and what I screwed up this time. But the bottom line is, she did a great job. With the music never came on and she still just killed it. Of course, I am a Carrie Underwood fan. What the heck? But, so that was all day yesterday. Today, well, National Squirrel Appreciation Day. I don't know about that. Hugging Day. Are you a hugger? I'm not. Well, I don't know. My wife probably says no. Hydraulic. What is? Oh, I can't say that one. Josh is laughing at me. Anybody know how to say this? Hyaluronic acid? I don't know. Usually they give us the phonetics of something like this, but HA, hyaluronic acid. I don't even know what the heck it is. I can't say it, but I know your skin needs it. Okay, whatever. Let's just go back to beating anorexia because I can handle those. Granola bar day. I can handle it. And that's the ones I like too, Josh. The that True Valley. Yeah, I guess maybe because you get it at Costco, get the big box of them, and they've got that one, and they've got the one with honey. They just have to remember they're a little messy. So, you can take a bite and you make a mess all over the place. But, it is National Granola Bar Day. Okay, and, I should just take a look and see. Oh, okay. Yesterday, can we go backwards? Yesterday was National Butter Crunch Day. That's a good one. Of course, I guess granola sometimes might fit right there in there. Oh well, I've been rambling on too long. Let's move along and see. Dow Jones Industrial Average 432 points up. S&P 500 38 up. Nasdaq $64 up. Oil down $1.43 a barrel. Let's take a look and see. Should we take a look at the gas prices? Well, not in California because we know we like high prices. $4.45 a gallon. $4.45 a gallon. Last year, same day, we were at $4.38 a gallon. So, I'm sorry, that's not right. $4.50 a gallon was a year ago. $4.50 a gallon. So we're about 6 cents better. $3.12 is the national average. That's all for regular gasoline. I think I paid on Friday about $4.09. That was for regular unleaded. And then there's Josh over there, probably just over $3 a gallon. So, but hey, you know something? Hey, I guess, Josh, you'll probably like this idea, but we don't. I'm in California. He's in Nevada. So I noticed already by the evening news, we already had Kamala back in California.
I got a bad feeling about this.
And she's over there talking to the firefighters. Get out of their way, right? I mean, you've had 2 weeks to be out here that you could have been helping them, giving them support, and you don't show up. Now that you're unemployed, you show up, probably getting ready to start your campaign for governor to try and do to California what you did to the rest of the country. But let's take a look. The executive orders are already flowing fast and furious. We've also seen the lawsuits already hitting the wire. It's amazing when you listen to some of the people that are just the anti-Trumpers. And you got to wonder. So I am old. I've got kids. I've got grandkids. You look at certain things and you just say, let's not listen to the media. Let's look at it with our own eyes. Now, do you have kids? Let me just ask you from a legacy standpoint, when you watched the president for the last 8 years, maybe 10 years from the time he came down the escalator, would you be upset if your kids turned out like his kids have turned out? I get it. He's been married how many times? 3 times, I think it is. But the bottom line is, got very respectable kids. They're all working. They're not looking for handouts. You don't see them in the news getting in trouble. Grandkids seem to be adoring to their grandpa. That's called legacy stuff. Is anybody against having illegal criminal aliens deported? I get it. The illegal aliens is one thing, but if they're a criminal, if they've been a criminal in other countries, if they've been criminals in our country, is there a reason that somebody would say, I don't want them to be deported? You look and you say, okay, would you want a secure border? Do you want to get rid of the terrorists? Do you want to get rid of the drugs in our country? There's a lot of things you can look at and you can say, I can work together. And, I've not found a whole lot of really admirable people on the left. But how about John Fetterman, I think his name is? Fetterman from Pennsylvania. Common sense guy. Makes a lot of sense. Listen to some of the things he's got to say. And, maybe we could all learn from him. And I like his wardrobe, too. I think you should get dressed when you go out into the Senate. But, hoodie and shorts, I could live in a hoodie and shorts all the time. especially being that, you're on radio right here. I got a face for radio. And our video streams. Yes, I know we get a lot of people watching our videos, but the beauty of doing this is basically from the stomach up. Now my stomach wouldn't. Oh, Josh has got the hoodie in the background there, right? I mean, he could do it. He's not on camera. Although I did see a what was it on some social media platform? He's got the hoodie going there too. But the bottom line is, it's nice. I just throw that out there. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, when is the perfect time to move? Why more people are buying multi-generational homes today? Closing credit cards, weighing the impact on your credit score. And the real impact. I think I did that one twice. Okay, we'll figure out what the other article was that I have in there. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
As the economy slows, do you know anyone worried about job loss? At Siegel Lending Team, we offer the Home Select Loan. Think of it as a financial superhero cape for homeowners with good income and credit. It not only saves your home, but also throws a life ring to your credit score. Because who needs stress when you can have peace of mind? Let's secure your future with a smile. Visit rsrhomeselect.com. rsrhomeselect.com. NMLS 217037.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And every day at this time, OPMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. They don't tell us points paid, points received, or the APR. They tell us the number. You need to put in your mortgage calculator if you want to find out what your principal and interest payment would be. Don't have a mortgage calculator? rsrlinks.com/mobile app. rsrlinks.com/mobile app. You can get it for free. Let's see what rates did. Now, these are Friday's locking because the markets were closed yesterday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Conventional 30-year fixed down 6.913. Jumbo 30-year fixed down 6.927. FHA 30-year fixed down 6.544. VA 30-year fixed down 6.462. And the USDA loan 30-year fixed down 6.545. If you want our market thoughts each and every business morning as early as the data allows, rsrlinks.com/market update. rsrlinks.com/market update. You can sign up for free. It costs you nothing to sign up. No advertising, nothing. We're not asking for anything in return. rsrlinks.com/market minute. rsrlinks.com/market minute. Thanks, Josh. I got that wrong again. rsrlinks.com/market minute. So let's see what the markets are doing right now. We're looking at the S&P 500 is now up 35.71. 10-year Treasury down 5 basis points. That's the yield, the interest rate. The mortgage-backed security is up 8 basis points. It is a mathematical function when that bond goes up. Rates go down when it's up 8 basis points. Means it's not a whole heck of a lot of change in there. And we're not going to see a whole lot just because there's not a lot of data right now. And in the absence of a lot of data, we go with technicals. Let's tell you what is going on. So we're first looking at the president's plans to drill and increase the U.S. supply of oil are expected to cause oil prices to fall, according to law firm Haynes Boone LLP, who conducted a study of 26 banks. The banks believe oil prices will fall from the current level of $75.75 to $58.62 by 2027, which would be a roughly 23% decline. This is important for inflation because it impacts everything. Any good that has to be produced or shipped requires oil. And even though it's not directly in core inflation readings, indirectly it has a big impact, and lower oil prices will make it easier to make progress on both headline and core inflation, which would help mortgage rates. The jobs data, the latest jobs report for December, showed that 256,000 jobs were created, but that's susceptible to revisions over the next two reports. Additionally, next month, we'll be getting the January data and the QCEW, Quarterly Census of Employment and Wages data, which will show us how many jobs were really created from the third quarter of 2023 to the third quarter of 2024. It's older data, but is anticipated to show that roughly half the jobs we thought were created were not. Additionally, when looking at what kinds of jobs have been created over the last 3 months, many are in sectors that are not a reflection of a strong economy. Now, this data that we get from QCEW, unfortunately, it doesn't generally move the markets because it is older data. But it still affects the economy, and it affects the outlook of what the Federal Reserve uses to make their decisions. Now, when you think about it, I think that the data that we get will come out after the January Fed meeting. So it's not going to have a big impact. It won't have an impact this time, but their beige books readings, the beige book is the Federal Reserve going out to the 12 districts and looking at what they're saying as far as jobs. 6 said no increases in jobs. 6 said slight increases. So the Federal Reserve knows that there are not a lot of jobs being created, regardless of what some of these headlines are saying. By far, the largest sector has been healthcare and social assistance, which added 219,000 jobs over the last 3 months. But healthcare jobs are always needed and are likely a reflection of an aging population. Social assistance jobs are likely made up of a large amount of government jobs, and the government are largely social assistance jobs are likely made up of a large amount of government jobs. Government sector added 97,000 jobs over the last months, the second largest contributor. But if the Trump administration clamps down on government spending and DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, reduces spending and makes us more efficient, we could see less government hiring, which would cause the overall jobs numbers to soften. Leisure and hospitality added 87,000 jobs over the last 3 months for an average of 29,000 per month. That has cooled considerably, as this sector was the main engine of job growth previously. But according to JOLTS, this could slow further as the job openings in the space are dwindling. After the top 3 sectors, the rest are showing weakness, with many barely creating 10,000 jobs a month and several others much less. 3 of the sectors, utilities, mining and lodging, and manufacturing, are all negative. Bottom line, the breadth of job creations is weak, and it's coming from a few sectors. If we see job growth soften and inflation continue to decelerate, it will help mortgage rates move lower. So that's some good news right there. We could all use mortgage rates moving lower. And again, I'm going to share with you that I've told you this many, many times. Right around the 20th of September last year, we saw an improvement in mortgage rates. It was short-lived. So the people that followed our guidance and they went to do the tell us what your number is, well, they are able to take advantage of that because we are on the lookout. rsrlinks.com/what's your number. rsrlinks.com/what's your number. We actually go and we do all the work ahead of time, looking for the number that makes sense to you to restructure your home loan. Maybe it's, I don't know, $300 a month, $400 a month, $500 a month. What's your number? We don't know. Let's take a look at it. Let's get you ready. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva Financial's got the loans and the products and the plan. Remember, it's all about a plan. It's not about just going and getting a loan. You know, even though we are in the lending business, it's not abnormal for me to tell somebody it's not a good idea for you to get a new home loan right now. Wait a little bit. Now, there could be a reason. When we have our conversation, our consultation, we're going to look at all the factors. Why is it that you want a new loan? Is it just say, well, I want to get my interest rate down? Okay, good. Why? There's got to be more reason to it than that. Because right now, a lot of folks are saying, okay, well, I can get my interest rate down by $100 a month, $200 a month. Well, wait a few months, and the likelihood is you'll be able to double or triple that amount if you're strategic. Now, if you're looking to do a debt consolidation, that's a whole different story. rsrlinks.com/2step. rsrlinks.com/2step. We do the debt consolidation now, knowing that it's not as good as it's going to get, but in many instances, we're able to. We just saw one that wasn't too long ago where a family was going to save $1,300 a month. What can you do with $1,300 a month? Is that $15,000 a year? A little over $15,000 a year savings? That's not taxed when you save money like that. That's just going right to your family's bottom line. And we said, let's take it strategic and let's help buy down your or pay down your mortgage at an accelerated pace, or put that money into safe, secure investments. And we can introduce you to people where you can find those safe, secure investments. Some of them are even insured. Think about that. Now, young families, hear me loud and clear. 529 is not the place to put your money if you've got kids you think might be going to college. The 529 plan is not good, my opinion. There are better options. The 529 plan goes against you when it comes to dealing with your FAFSA, your the federal aid assistance. I forget what FAFSA stands for, but it's the starting point for your grants and scholarships. It counts against you. So make sure you're talking to somebody that understands that part of it. Don't just follow, because we've got a lot of people that'll simply follow the herd and go and get involved in doing that. Yeah. Stop those guys. We could have used them around here before the fires, the sheep. But the bottom line here is, don't go just doing those things just because everyone else is. Find out if it really makes sense for you, or is it going to hurt you in the long run? 529 is assets. There are other investments that don't go into the asset column when you do the FAFSA form, or at least as it stands today. I don't know how old your kids are. I don't know what the laws are going to be down the road. So the bottom line there is, let's be strategic. That's why as certified liability advisors, we are constantly looking for ways that we can help you build wealth through strategic debt management. Strategic debt management. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, when is the perfect time to move? Why more people are buying multi-generational homes? Closing credit cards, weighing the impact on your credit score. Should you pay off your credit card in full? All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numero 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Confused about the home buying process? Or curious how much you really know about buying a home? Take the First Home IQ quiz to test your understanding of buying a home. Created by the nonprofit First Home IQ, this 5-minute quiz will give you a score, what you missed, and why. Take the quiz in 5 minutes at rsrlinks.com/FHIQ and find out what you need to know about buying your first home. That's rsrlinks.com/FHIQ.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. When is the perfect time to move? It's easy to get caught up in the idea of waiting for the perfect moment to make your move, especially today's market. Maybe you're holding out and hoping mortgage rates will drop or that home prices will fall. But here's what you need to realize. Trying to time the market rarely works. And here's why. There is no perfect market. No matter when you buy, there's always some benefit and some sort of trade-off. And that's not a bad thing. That's just the reality of it. If you're not sure you buy into that, think back to the last 5 years in housing. Just a few years ago, mortgage rates hit a historic low. To take advantage of that, a ton of buyers rushed to buy a home and lock in those lower rates. The side effect? With such a big increase in how many buyers were purchasing, the homes on the market were snapped up fast. And since that resulted in so few homes left for sale, bidding wars became the norm and home prices went through the roof. Those buyers got a great rate, but they had other things to contend with. Now, with higher prices and with higher rates and higher prices, it's more expensive to buy. You can't argue that. But at the same time, the number of homes for sale is at the highest point in several years. That means you have more options to choose from, and you'll be less likely to find yourself in a pull out all the stops bidding war. Again, there are benefits and trade-offs in any market. So if you have a reason to move and can afford to do so, you've got to take advantage of the trends that work in your favor and lean on a pro to help you navigate the rest. As Bankrate says, quote, "The complexities of the current conditions mean that now more than ever, it's smart to lean on the guidance of an experienced local real estate agent. If you want to enter the housing market in 2025, whether as a buyer or seller, let a pro lead the way for you," unquote. While achieving your goals, you may feel like an uphill battle in today's complex market. It is doable, but you'll need the help of a trusted real estate agent and a lender. Your agent will help you explore creative solutions, like looking into different housing types, maybe smaller condos, considering homes that need a little elbow grease, or casting a wider net for your search area. And your lender, that's us, will walk you through different loan options and down payment assistance programs so you know what you need to do to make the numbers work for you. As Yahoo Finance says, quote, "Buying a house at a time when both mortgage rates and home prices are favorable is a challenge. You probably shouldn't try to time the housing market. Buy when it makes sense for you personally," unquote. Bottom line, there's no perfect time to move. Every market has its pros and cons. The key is knowing how to make the most of the factors working in your favor. If you need to move and can afford to do it, give me a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. We got a bunch of great tools for you. We've got the Home Buyer's Guide. Actually, we've got 3 of them. We've got the Home Buyer's Guide that you can get online, the annual version, rsrlinks.com/HBG2025. That is our annual Home Buyer's Guide, rsrlinks.com/HBG2025. We've got our quarterly update, rsrlinks.com/HBG, rsrlinks.com/HBG. And we've got a new workbook. It's the Home Buyer Workbook that we've also got. So you can take a look at that. We've got the workbook. It's a hard copy. So you got all 3 different resources so that you can get started on your journey. Now, when you start your journey, one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to look at that pre-approval. We talked about that last week in depth about the pre-approval. If you didn't see that program, shame on you, but it is on our YouTube channel and our social media channels. And you can look at that about the pre-approval. And that's the first step. Then all of these other tools that we have are readily available through the real estate partners of Ron Siegel Radio. And anywhere in the sound of my voice, yes, we do have real estate people who understand the process that we like to take you through. It's a consultative process. So you've got all of that available to you. All you have to do is ask. And I know maybe you're not ready to do it right now. Maybe it's not the time for you right here at the beginning of January as we're recording this. It's never too early to get educated and start looking into some of these things. So that is the Real-Time Real Estate segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. How about Borrow Smart segment brought to you by rsrhomeselect.com. Borrow Smart. Should you pay off your credit card in full? Understanding the impact on your financial health. Managing credit card debt is a crucial aspect of financial well-being, especially for homeowners and first-time home buyers. A common question arises. Should you pay off your credit card balance in full each month or carry a small balance? Understanding the implications of this decision can help you make informed choices that align with your financial goals. The benefits of paying off your credit card in full. Number 1, avoiding interest charges. Credit cards often come with a high interest rates. By paying off your balance in full each month, you eliminate interest charges, saving money over time. Improving credit utilization. Your credit utilization ratio, the percentage of your credit available that you're using, significantly impacts your credit score. Keeping this ratio low by paying off balances can boost your score if you do it the right way. rsrccpayment.com. rsrccpayment.com. We show you the right way to do it. And number 3, enhancing credit score. Consistently paying off your credit card demonstrates responsible credit management, positively influencing your credit score. Debunking the myth, carrying a small balance. A prevalent misconception is that carrying a small balance on your credit card improves your credit score. In reality, the practice leads to unnecessary interest charges without providing any credit score benefits. Paying off your credit balance in full is more advantageous. Strategies for paying off the credit card debt. If you're unable to pay off your credit card balance in full, considering the following strategies to manage and reduce your debt. Number 1 is the debt snowball method. Focus on paying off cards with the smallest balances first while making minimum payments on others. This approach can build momentum and motivation as you eliminate debts. Number 2, the debt avalanche method. Prioritize each paying off cards with the highest interest rates first, which can save you more money on interest over time. Number 3, balance transfer. Consider transferring your balance to a card with a lower interest rate or a 0 introductory APR period to reduce interest accumulation. And number 4, debt consolidation. Taking out a personal loan with a lower interest rate to pay off high interest credit card debt can simplify payments and reduce interest costs. Maintaining financial health. Beyond paying off credit card debt, adopting sound financial habits is essential. Again, look at rsrccpayment.com, rsrccpayment.com, but more. Budgeting. Create and adhere to a budget to manage expenses effectively. The emergency fund. Establishing an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses, reducing reliance on credit cards. Regular credit monitoring. Keep track of your credit report to identify and address any discrepancies promptly. And yes, we do have a tool for you to watch your credit report. rsrlinks.com/FICO. rsrlinks.com/FICO. That allows you to watch your credit scores as well as your credit report, and it gives you the scores that are true FICO scores. That's the important thing right there. The true FICO score is what you really want to be looking at. Paying off your credit card balance in full each month is a prudent financial practice that helps avoid interest charges and supports a healthy credit score. Carrying a balance is unavoidable. Implement strategic debt repayment methods can aid in managing and reducing debt effectively. By maintaining disciplined financial habits, you can achieve greater financial stability and work towards your long-term goals. As a Certified Liability Advisor, CLA, I am dedicated to helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Understanding the nuances of credit card payments and their impact on your financial health is a step towards financial empowerment. That is the Borrow Smart segment, brought to you by rsrhomeselect.com, rsrhomeselect.com. And if you are a savvy borrower, a savvy investor, the Home Select loan is absolutely the very best loan on the market for you, unless you want to pay more in interest charges and you want to have less wealth. The Home Select loan is amazing. So far, I don't think I've seen anyone who's taken more than 11 years to pay off their home. No one more than 11 years to pay off that loan. Most of the time, it's a 30-year loan, but most of the time the effective interest rate is below 3%, usually below 2%. rsrhomeselect.com. Go and take a look at the video there and get all your questions answered. There's a video, there's FAQs, all kinds of information for you to see if you qualify for it. Again, rsrhomeselect.com. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, more people are buying multi-generational homes today. We'll talk about it. Closing credit cards, weighing the impact on your credit score and financial health. We'll talk about that as well. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio, or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Why more people are buying multi-generational homes today. Today, 17% of home buyers are choosing multi-generational homes. That's when you buy a house with your parents, adult children, or even distant relatives. What makes that noteworthy is that 17% is actually the highest level ever recorded by the National Association of Realtors, NAR. What's driving the recent rise in multi-generational living? If you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of our socials, or the ABC News and Talk, AM 1490, FM 98.1 video feed, you are seeing a chart of the share of buyers choosing a multi-generational home, and it's hit the record high. It was 11% just a few years back. Top benefits of choosing a multi-generational home. In the past, home buyers have opted for multi-generational homes to make it easier to care for their parents. And while it's still a key reason, it's not the only one. Right now, there's another powerful motivator: affordability. According to the latest data from NAR, cost savings are the main reason more people are choosing to live with family today. The rising cost of home ownership is making it harder for many people to afford a home on their own. This has led to more families pooling their resources to make buying a home possible. By combining incomes and sharing expenses like the mortgage, utility bills, and more, multi-generational living offers a way to overcome financial challenges that might otherwise put homeowners out of reach, or homeownership out of reach. As Rick Sharga, founder and CEO of CJ Patrick Company, explains, quote, "There are a few ways to improve affordability, at least marginally. Purchase a property with a family member. There are a growing number of multi-generational households across the country today, and affordability is one of the reasons for this," unquote. You may even find it helps you afford a bigger home than you would have been able to on your own. So if you need more room but can't afford it, with today's rates and prices, this could be an option to get the space you need. On top of the financial benefits, it could also bring your family closer together and strengthen your bonds by getting more quality time together. Bottom line, if you're considering a home, buying multi-generational home might be worth exploring, especially if your budget is stretched too thin on your own. Give me a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Let's chat about your unique goals and objectives. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment, brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by rsrlinks.com/debt-free. rsrlinks.com/debt-free. Closing credit cards, weighing the impact your credit score, and weighing the impact on, easy for me to say, closing credit cards, weighing the impact on your credit score and financial health. As a Certified Liability Advisor, CLA, I often encounter clients contemplating whether to close unused credit cards. While this decision might seem straightforward, it's essential to understand how closing a credit card can affect your credit score and overall financial well-being. Let's delve into the implications and provide guidance to help you make an informed choice. Understanding credit score components. Your credit score is a numerical representation of your credit worthiness, influenced by several key factors. Number one, payment history, 35%. Timely payments on your credit obligations. Number two, credit utilization, 30%. The ratio of your current debt to your total available credit limits. Number three, length of credit history, 15%. The average age of your credit accounts. Number four, mix is 10%. A diverse portfolio of credit types, such as credit cards, mortgages, and loans. Number five, new credit inquiries is 10%. Recent applications for credit, which can temporarily lower your score. Remember, check out our really full-length guide, our in-depth guide, rsrccpayment.com, rsrccpayment.com. The impact of closing a credit card. Closing a credit card can influence several of these components. Number one, credit utilization. This ratio measures the amount of credit you're using relative to your total available credit. For instance, if you have a total credit limit of $10,000 and a balance of $2,000, your utilization rate is 20%. Financial experts recommend keeping this ratio below 30%, with lower being better. Closing a credit card reduces your total available credit, which can increase your utilization rate and potentially lower your credit score. Length of credit history. The age of your credit accounts contributes to 15% of your credit score. Closing an older card can shorten your average credit history length, which may negatively impact your score. It's worth noting that closed accounts in good standing can remain on your credit report for up to 10 years, but their influence diminishes over time. Number three, credit mix. Having a variety of credit types accounts for 10% of your score. If the card you're considering closing is your only credit card, its closure could reduce your diversity of your credit mix, potentially affecting your score. When might closing a credit card be beneficial? Well, while keeping credit cards open is generally advisable, certain situations might warrant closing an account. If there's high annual fees, if a card carries hefty fees that outweigh its benefits, closing it could be a prudent financial move. Risk of overspending. If having access to credit tempts you to overspend, leading to debt accumulation, closing the card might help curb this behavior. Life changes. In events like divorce or separation, closing your joint accounts can prevent future financial complications. So, steps to take before closing a credit card. If you decide that closing a credit card is the best course of action, consider the following steps to mitigate potential negative impacts. Number one, pay off the balance. Ensure the card has a zero balance before initiating closure to avoid interest charges or fees. Number two, redeem rewards. Utilize any accumulated rewards, as closing the account may forfeit them. Notify the user. Contact your credit card company to inform them of your decision and confirm the account's closure. Number four is obtain confirmation. Request written confirmation of the account's closure for your records. Number five, monitor your credit report. Regularly check your credit report to ensure the account is reported as closed and that no unauthorized activity occurs. rsrlinks.com/FICO can help you there. Alternatives to closing a credit card. If you're hesitant about the potential negative effects of closing a credit card, consider these alternatives. Downgrade to a no-fee card. Contact your issuer to see if you can switch to a card without an annual fee, allowing you to keep the account open without incurring costs. Use the card periodically. Make small purchases. We show you how to do that on rsrccpayment.com. rsrccpayment.com. Make small purchases occasionally to keep the account active, which can prevent the issuer from closing it due to inactivity. Set up automatic payments. Use the card for a recurring small subscription service and set up automatic payments to ensure timely benefit payments without overspending. The bottom line, closing a credit card is a decision that requires careful consideration of its potential impact on your credit score and financial health. By understanding the factors involved and taking strategic steps, you can make choices that align with your financial goals. As a Certified Liability Advisor, CLA, I'm here to help families build wealth through strategic debt management. If you have questions or need personalized advice, don't hesitate to give us a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And as always, we ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.